What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees, the fearsome slugger who has been assaulting the record books left and right this season, betting on himself and securing a monstrous payday for him after the season has come to a conclusion, reached a milestone last night against the Pittsburgh Pirates. While Giancarlo Stanton ultimately sealed the deal for the Yankees, hitting a grand slam later on in the ninth inning to lift the Yankees to a 9-8 victory, it's what Aaron Judge did earlier in the inning that has tongues wagging and heads shaking in disbelief. Aaron Judge hit a solo shot off of pitcher Will Crowe of the Pittsburgh Pirates to amass his 60th home run of the season. 60. That ties Babe Ruth's former 95-year-old record of 60 established back in 1927. Just to touch on Babe Ruth for a second. Before Babe Ruth came to baseball, the game was different. It was called the dead ball era. That's back when it was mostly singles and people choked up on the bat, hitters choked up on the bat. It was a game where you try to get runs through base stealing and hitting. And there was some swinging of home runs, but a big home run season back then might be 12, 15. That was a lot of home runs back in the dead ball era. In fact, the major league record before the arrival of Ruth was 27. I think it might have been about a guy named, for some reason the name's popping up in my head. I think it's Ned Williamson. I think that might have been his name. But anyway, in 1919, Babe Ruth set the major league record when he was still playing with the Boston Red Sox. He hit 29 home runs in 1919. That was the record. People were amazed by that. Well, the very next year, after he's traded to the New York Yankees, because Harry Frazee, couldn't fucking, handle his expenses. But anyway, Harry Frazee, who was the owner of the Boston Red Sox, traded Babe Ruth to Colonel Rupert. I think the owner's name was at the time. Babe Ruth hits 54 home runs. 54, which was more than some teams were hitting back then. Then the very next year for the Yankees, he hits 59. And that was a major league record for 6 seasons, until in 1927, Babe Ruth smashed 60 home runs. That was the record for 34 years, until Roger Maris hit 61 back in 1961. Now, the reason for the asterisk for so many years for Roger Maris, well, when Babe Ruth hit 60, it was a 154 games schedule. In 1961, that was the first year that the schedules expanded 8 games from 154 to 162, which we're at right now. As a matter of fact, Roger Maris played in 163 games. So, for 30 years, there was an asterisk. There were 2 distinct records. The 162 game schedule record of Roger Maris and the 154 game schedule with Babe Ruth. But I think it was the Board of Governors and the commissioner ruled in 1991, no, Roger Maris's mark is the record. And that was the official record for 37 years. It's definitely the record for about 6 years until Mark McGwire broke it in 1998 with the St. Louis Cardinals with 70. And then, of course, in 2001, Barry Bonds went insane with the San Francisco Giants and hit 70. Now, this is the thing about Aaron Judge. People are focusing on the home runs, and rightfully correct. But this man has a legitimate shot at getting the Triple Crown. Right now, he's leading the home run race by a mile. I think the next closest guy to him has 40. So he's winning it in a landslide. It's not even close. RBIs, he's comfortably ahead of the second place guy. The batting average thing will be a little bit more tricky, but right now, Aaron Judge leads the American League in batting average. It's very close, 316 to the second place guy, 315. But this is phenomenal. I don't think we've had a Triple Crown winner in baseball since uh, Miguel Cabrera. Let me look that up. See something. Give me 1 second. Yeah, Miguel Cabrera, back in 2012, led the American League with a 330 batting average, 44 home runs, 139 RBI. But before Miguel Cabrera, we hadn't seen it since Carl Yastrzemski did it for the Boston Red Sox. So man, yeah, this is something that is even rarer. So we have to see if Aaron Judge is able to keep up this pace. All right, but tell me what you guys think.